John Impemba here with Mark Pitts, bringing you another edition of the MLB DFS Playbook Podcast here, giving you our first look at Tuesday's 10-game main slate. Mark, episode number 2 with you joining here. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. I really enjoyed the first one. I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, happy to have you back. Obviously, I think we did pretty okay with our recommendations for the Merrill Kelly Cole Reagans combo combined for like 70 fantasy points at pitching. Now they were both almost 70% rostered as well. But him, Justin Steele, all came through here for us.
The Royals also mashed.
Yes. The Royals did their thing. Olivares had 2 homers. Astros, a lot of runs on the board.
A lot of runs. Bregman was 4 for 4
for them as well. Yeah, a lot of good things coming from last night's show. So hoping to carry it over here because we have 10 games on the board here. Some interesting matchups, kind of a tough pitching slate for 10 games. We'll break all of that down for everybody, of course, as we go through it. Before we do jump into it, though, again, shout out to our friends over at rtsports.com. If you go to rtsports.com/alarm, use promo code alarm23. New users who sign up will get a 100% deposit match with their first deposit. Take part in their DFS Pick'em contest. And right now, still going on, you have time to enter their fantasy football, basketball, and fantasy football championships. NFL season kicks off Thursday. Their fantasy football championship gives you an opportunity to take home a $500,000 grand prize just for playing a little fantasy football this season. So go check it out at RT Sports. Remember, go to rtsports.com/alarm, promo code alarm23 to take advantage of that offer. Mark, 10 games on the board, looking at a little Vegas totals, spreads. What's sticking out to you here, my friend?
So totals, every game that we have is at a 9 over under. Biggest favorites, Garrett Cole and the Yankees are open minus 250 against Detroit with Fido on the mound. Fido. After that, we got Bassett in the Blue Jays against Wallachuk minus 210, and then Fought.
I think we say Fought.
I think Fought, yeah. Fought in the Diamondbacks are minus 184, hosting the Rockies as the biggest favorites on the board.
Yeah, that probably will be a trend for this week there, with Arizona being big favorites there against the Rockies for sure here. We'll see about the weather. But the weather's looking pretty good. Again, no rain symbols here on the forecast. So if that changes, obviously, when we go back live, 5 o'clock Eastern, I'll be joined by Colby Conway. We'll be sure to update you with any necessary weather information. But let's just jump into it. Like we said, we got 10 games here, so a lot to get into. Looking at the pitching, we got 3 pitchers up over $10,000. Garrett Cole at home against Detroit. Nathan Eovaldi coming off of the IL to face Houston. And Framber Valdez on the opposite side of that matchup is at 10-1. A couple of pitchers up over $9K. Chris Bassett at $9,700 going up against Oakland. Michael Renton at $9K going up against the Padres. Where are you looking to go when it comes to these top 5 starters? How would you rank them out?
Number 1, not even close, Garrett Cole. I know he's 12,000, but it's Garrett Cole. He's a heavy favorite, and we just saw this matchup on August 30th, a week ago. 7 Ks, he only allowed 2. He allowed 2 solo shots, and even with that, he put up 23 points. So that seems like kind of the floor that you'd expect in this game, right, with even more upside. I mean, maybe you're looking at 30. After that, I mean, who knows how much, how many pitches Eovaldi's going to throw. So right. I don't think I touched that. Framber, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. He's either going to throw 7 no-hit ball, or he's giving up 5. Yeah. So I just skipped down to Bassett, big favorite versus Oakland. Yeah. He did get lit up against them in his one start. Allowed home run, 4 earned across 5. They do have some lefties which can do damage to him, but I still have some interest in Bassett here.
Yeah, listen, I think Bassett's going to be the one we gravitate a lot towards here, especially when you're up in the upper tier, because I agree. You don't know what Framber Valdez is coming in. Texas, that's an offense that can just pop off at any point in time. And then we saw what Houston did today, in their spot. And then you have Eovaldi, who, was kind of back and forth. He obviously had this good start there back in July 1st against Houston, but we're in September. He hasn't pitched since July 18th, so very difficult to expect him to sort of pick things up and be the ace that he was. I mean, he was a Cy Young Award contender basically for the first couple months of the season before going down with that injury. So I'm with you there. Cole Bassett for me. When we go down into the mid-tier, I think it gets a little interesting. You have Kyle Hendricks at home. It's the wrong home-road split for him. He's been very good on the road, struggling at home, but San Francisco's been a team we've picked on a lot. And then as you and I were kind of talking about before we jumped on, his one start against San Francisco this year, 8 shutout innings, 1 hit baseball. So maybe a little Kyle Hendricks at $8,300 to wet your whistle. What are your thoughts on the rest of this tier? Anybody for you that you're looking to target?
I mean, I do like Hendricks. After that, I do have interest in Brady Singer, who, I mean, his last 2 starts were not the best. He allowed 4 runs each game, but he's playing the White Sox. They are in the last month bottom 5 in WOBA, bottom 5 in ISO. Their best player, Luis Robert, he's expected to be out. He's got I forget what he's a strain.
There's a quad strain.
Yeah, it says that they expect him to be back Wednesday, so he's not officially out, but that's what they expect. So without him, I mean, I like the spot. I wish he was a little cheaper, but
yeah,
I still have interest in him there.
Yeah, Singer's a guy that he had that ridiculous run there for a little bit, and if people are going to be off of him, it obviously offers an opportunity to be a little contrarian on this large slate in a spot. I mean, again, Kansas City's offense also until today had left a little bit to be desired lately. So
they woke up.
Yeah, they woke up in a big way with Bobby W on the bench. Believe it or not, he didn't need him today. They hit the double digits. What other value play I would look at? Again, there's not a lot of great spots. I got a couple of names I'd look at. Quintana against Washington. Now I know all season long, maybe it feels a little blasphemous for me to say that because we've been targeting Washington when lefties are on the mound, but really outside of a tough start against Atlanta, and who hasn't said that this year, Jose Quintana's been pretty good. So I'm willing to give him a peek. I mean, double-digit fantasy points in all but 3 starts this year, going up against Washington. And Patrick Corbin is on the mound for Washington, so Mets figure to be a favorite in this one. And then Brandon Pfaadt, again, a guy that had some good moments. He's had some tough moments. Got beat up by the Dodgers, Padres, Dodgers. I mean, again, some tough matchups for him to really hold it against them. But I mean, we saw what Merrill Kelly did today. Double-digit strikeouts, held them to 1 earned run. Is Pfaadt the level of pitcher that Merrill Kelly is? No, but I do think that there's a merit to a dart throw here at $6,900.
Outside of the Dodgers,
Yeah,
the out game, he's been fine. He's put up he's put up double digits. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. If I'm playing a 3 max, I probably have 1 share.
Yeah, he's definitely not a core play at 6,900. But for me, again, just go to the Colorado matchup. If you're going a lineup, Garrett Cole, Brandon Pfaadt probably makes it a little bit easier to get some of those spend up bats because Cole is so expensive here. Mm-hmm. And this is a matchup where maybe the field isn't really onto him. So something to look at. Again, he got sent down. He came back up. He pitched fairly well. Again, nothing exciting, but he had that 3-game stretch here, 16, 23, 19 fantasy points. If you're telling me I can get 16 fantasy points out of him in a game that he should win, that would bump that up to 20 fantasy points. Then I think more than doable as long as he can kind of keep the ball in the ballpark. So that's my look at pitching here. Any other names for you, or are you ready to move on to the infield?
Just one more thing I'd say about Pfaadt is I think people probably shy away from him just if they just click on him, right? He's got a 6.21 ERA and he's 1-7, so maybe they just skip over him and we get him at a lower roster strip than we think. So it's bonus. He could be contrarian and we get some leverage on the field that way.
Yeah, I agree with you. Moving over to the infield here. Again, 10 games, so there's going to be plenty of options for you to target. But as I mentioned, Patrick Corbin is on the mound, so we like to call this a happy Patrick Corbin day. Are you looking at Alonso, Lindor, anybody like that to go up against Patrick Corbin here?
Love Alonso in this spot. Lindor as well. Alonso, I mean, he had a string of games without doing much, but he did just double dong the other day. and it's Patrick Corbin. I mean, he could be looking at 2 home runs easily. I'd 100% stack him with Lindor as well. Uh, if you want to play these guys, this is the spot. So this is what you're waiting for, and now that we have it, I mean, it's lock and load.
Right, exactly. You wait for these guys to face a lefty, and then you're getting Patrick Corbin as that lefty. Would you like to hear a little BVP numbers for Pete Alonso here against Patrick Corbin, Mark?
How big's the sample?
43 at bats.
I would love to hear this.
Pretty decent. He is hitting 326 with a 720 slug and 1163 OPS.
Decent.
5 homers and 2 doubles in those 43 ABs for Pete Alonso there. Lindor and his BVP, pulling that up here momentarily. When you get too many tabs open, Mark, sometimes your computer moves like slightly slower than you wish it would when you're trying to do a video.
Wait, are you one of those people that open a lot of tabs and just keep them open?
Sometimes, yeah. But it's certain tabs really that slow things down. Lindor's 10 for 35 with a homer, so not nearly the gaudy numbers that Pete Alonso has. Obviously, much more of a prolific power hitter is Alonso here, but again, Lindor's still hitting about 300 with a bomb off of Alonso. So you want to double stack the top 2 guys in the Mets lineup in this matchup against against Patrick Corbin. All systems will be checked off for them there. Obviously, there's plenty of top-end talent here. I like Bryce Harper. Matt Olson gets Miles Mikolas here in Atlanta. Love when Atlanta's in Atlanta. Their offense just kind of booms there. Ryan Mountcastle gets yet another lefty matchup. He has a lefty matchup on Monday evening. He's got another one here Tuesday evening. Reed Detmers, we know that he can be pretty explosive, sometimes not in a good way. So if we're going to go Mountcastle here, I think that could certainly be something to watch. I did just get an update that Shohei Ohtani got scratched from tonight's lineup for the Angels. So, we'll have to wait and see what that is about here. With Ohtani, if he's going to be in the lineup or not against Dean Kramer. But again,
Dan Kramer?
Is it Dan? No, it's Dean.
It's Dean.
It's Dean. I finally say it right, and you're throwing me off. Dean Kramer. I know you had to. Definitely a guy that's there. That you can take in the top tier if he's in or out of the lineup, but we have to know. So top end first baseman, Olsen, Harper, and Alonso for sure. Like Mountcastle in that mid-tier range. You have Christian Walker also getting a left-handed matchup there against Kyle Freeland. So
and
big
45.
Slate. Yeah, big slate. Great mid-tier pricing. I know we like to go across all the positions, but I'm just like scrolling down first base. I'm like, ooh, I like that guy. Oh, that guy's pretty good too. I mean, even Chanel leading off against Dean Kramer feels pretty good at $3,400. So first base is a pretty loaded position. Where else are you looking across the infield, though, Mark, as guys that you're looking to key in on?
One more guy, Noda, at first base. I know, there's so many choices to pick from, but he's a lefty going against Bassett. He's got home runs at back-to-back. He's cheaper. He's a value guy, but I like that spot. After that, where was I? Ketel Marte gets a lefty.
Yeah.
You can always play him. Cody Bellinger gets a lefty, but he crushes lefties. He's crushing everybody.
Yeah.
I don't have any faith in Sean Manaea, so I like that spot as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird spot. DraftKings, again, not giving us the full picture there. They'll use an opener initially, and then Manaea comes in at some point in that game. I think they started Jacob Junis last time for like a couple innings, then Manaea came in, but we just know whenever Manaea is listed as a starter, they'll have an opener for him there.
It's probably a slate where I'd play Bellinger in the outfield, but because he's dual, but he is there first if you needed to take him there.
I would agree with you. I'm good with Bobby Witt against Dylan Cease. Again, Dylan Cease has been terrible. Witt had the day off, so a little refresh for him here. When do we get Bichette back? Is he back soon? Not yet.
I don't think so.
Wasn't sure if we could tack Waldesuk now that he is got pushed from Monday to Tuesday slate. Davis Schneider did not play on Monday, which I guess again no Waldechuk, so they went a different direction. They had Kevin Biggio play. Davis Schneider has absurd numbers against left-handed pitching, and would be a guy that we would definitely want to throw into lineups, assuming he starts with Waldechuk in the lineup for Oakland.
But if he's in the lineup, I like him. I also like what's his name, Ernie Clement.
Yeah, Clement. Yeah.
He's got dual position eligibility too, and I don't know. I think he pinch hit for Clement, so it could be one or the other.
Yeah, for sure. I think Moustakis is a value play against Dean Creamer. You have Candelario at $4,400. Some staples of our lineups there in the mid tier that you could take a peek at as well. Value guys, what's some of the value plays? You mentioned Clement already. Anybody else for you?
There's a guy plays for the Mets. He's down there. He's 3K. Ronnie Mauricio.
Yep.
He's played 3 games. He's got steals in back-to-back games.
Yeah, one of their top prospects. So
yeah, he's got hits in every game. He has good. His AAA stats were 7 home runs, 8 steals across 24 games, and they have said that they expect him to play the rest of the season. So he's cheap, and he's got Corbin on the mound. So I like that spot.
Yeah, huge. He had 23 homers, 24 stolen bases across the minors. So, I mean, just a ridiculous power speed upside at 3K. That's a really good call out by you for some value. Because, again, you want to spend up for Lindor at 49 and Alonso, whatever. The fact that Mauricio has second base eligibility definitely makes him pretty appealing there. Anybody else on your radar here, or are we moving to outfield?
I mean, I don't really know what to do with Houston bats. I don't know what to expect from Evaldi.
Sure.
But, I mean, Dubon has been good. The whole team's been good. You can play any of them. So just keep them in mind, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Let's take a quick peek at catcher. They have Moreno. It's free again. Is Moreno free still? He is against a lefty. Game Moreno $2,700. That's going to be an automatic play.
Yeah, I pretty much. I mean, you could play the top guys, but I pretty much just went right down to Moreno, and then at, I think it was 31. Yeah, 32. Yan Gomes gets a lefty.
Yeah,
I mean they'll have the opener or whatever. So
Kirk will have a lefty with Waldichuk in this one again. What we expected him to have the other day, didn't end up having it. And we've talked about Kybert against lefties too. I mean, Kybert's 43. He'll get Quintana. So yeah, good calls for catcher. I think Moreno will just be an easy play when we try to spend up, because as we move to outfield, we got Ronald Acuna. Man is an absolute monster. 32 homers and 63 stolen bases.
Beast.
It's September 4, man. Like September 5 slate. He's already got 30 and 60. So, I mean, is he going to go 40-70 this year? Probably. Feels that way.
It does feel that way.
Right? That's a ridiculous human being. I wish Topps would send me my autographed baseball card of him, but that's lost in the warehouse somewhere.
You're never getting that.
Probably never getting that back. But for $6,800, I mean, there's like we say it all the time. There's a lot of hot hitters, a lot of great players. Mookie Betts, obviously, not on this slate. But like Acuna is just an absolute beast. If I'm spending up for anybody, if I have the money to spend up, it's Acuna for me, hands down.
Yeah, I don't mind Judge as well. I mean, they haven't hit righties well, but it's Judge.
Sure. 31 homers in 83 games. I mean, that's pretty absurd.
Yeah, 2 since the start of September.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with you there. You mentioned not knowing what to get out of Evaldi. Well, tough comeback start for Nathan. You think they would have maybe threw him a softball?
Right.
That he's staring down the barrel of an Altuve, Bregman, Jordan, Tucker lineup.
Yeah. Would they just hang 15 today?
Yeah. So,
Good luck, sir.
Good luck, sir. There's definitely a way to go about it for sure. Corbin Carroll at 58. It's gonna be hilarious if Arizona bats him 7th again, because they've been doing that when they're going on the mound. 333, 1100 OPS. He's back to being the man. Another guy with over 40 bags stolen, 24 homers. So we'll see if they bat him 7th. If they do, fine. I'm okay with it. Whatever. Soto against Lorenzen feels pretty good. You talked about it before we went on. I mean, Lane Thomas has homers in 3 straight games. He mashes lefties. If there's a reason to worry about pitching Quintana, it's because Lane Thomas has been a monster.
Yeah, he's on the team. He hits second leadoff, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's
scary. Wherever they need him to go, they have him going. Where else are you looking when it comes to the outfield?
Springer. I like George Springer.
Yeah,
you could play anybody against Waldichuk. Does not matter.
Him and Ozuna basically in this tier. I think you just plug.
Yeah. I mean, I still like his story, but he hasn't been the best. But he always has steal upside. He had 2. He had 2 on Monday. Of
2
course.
more on Monday. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went.
Oh for wait, how did this work?
He must have pinch.
0
pinch
for
ran.
0 with 2 stolen bases. So he pinch ran and stole 2 bags. He's a freak.
He pinch ran. He stole second. He stole third.
Yeah.
10 points. I mean, you'd like him to hit, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I like.
man. That's wild.
I don't mind playing him.
Yeah, I would agree. I can imagine why. That's ridiculous.
And then we said Cody already. I have no problem getting the Cody Bellinger.
Yep, I agree. I like Nolan Jones if you're not in on FOT, 45, showing some powers and speed. Michael Harris, at $4,500 as well. Could be a play to target. Austin Hayes against the lefty. Santander against the lefty. Eddie Rosario is 4K. Feels pretty good in that mid-tier range. A lot of guys in this spot. But I got to get your opinion on Mr. Lourdes Gurriel at $3,800, a man that should probably be priced in the mid-4Ks, but they've just left them under 4K for a while now. A core play for me. What are your thoughts on Lourdes here?
Absolutely lock and load. I don't know why his price is so low. He was 5K at one point, or 45. Yeah, he's 5K. I guess all right. That was in course, but he was high fours, and now he's 38. He's got 3 home runs in the last 10. He's going against Kyle Freeland, who is not going to get him out. I love that play. I also like where is he? Seiya.
Yep.
3,500. Gets a lefty. He's been killing the ball. He had a home run, a 3-run shot on Monday. It's 2 in the last 10. I like that a lot as well.
Yeah, him and Pham probably decent. People like to play Pham against lefties, so it could be a spot where you get him down in the value tier as well. Seeing what we got.
Also, I mean, if you're not playing Bassett, Seth Brown, another lefty that can hit.
Yeah, 3,100.
So
good call out there. Jason Dominguez, probably a core play for a lot of lineups here. Hits in all 3 of his games in his debut. 2 homers, 4 RBIs. He's actually a pretty big stolen base guy in the minors as well. Now he's getting Fieto. He's a switch hitter. They're going to commit to playing this guy in the middle of the lineup. I mean, at $3,000, he may be one of the highest rostered players on the slate. Just prospect status, the fact that he's already homered twice and he's wearing pinstripes usually helps that as well. So I think Jason Dominguez is going to be a pretty easy plug for a lot of lineups, especially on a 10-game slate. I'm trying to see if anything else kind of sticks out here. Not really. Nothing's popping. Nothing's popping for me. So let's get into a lineup build here. How's that sound, Mark?
I'm good with it. I'm ready.
Okay. I'm gonna plug in Jackson and then Moreno just to give us a little bit of money because I know that we're gonna be spending up a little bit here. So we're gonna go Garrett Cole.
Gotta go Cole.
And then what were we thinking for our SB2 for this build?
This is where it gets difficult. I mean, we could go FOT and then see what we got left, or we could, I don't know. You like Quintana?
Yeah, FOT gives us 42. We wanted to play the Mets. So we have second base. We had Marciano, Lindor, and Alonso. It's not bad. Gives us 42 a player for the third base, outfield, and 2 outfield spots. And we had, some good outfielders. Lourdes was 38.
Love Lourdes.
Third base. Let's see. What did we want to do at third?
Third is tough. I mean, I like Candelario, but for the top end, I haven't landed on one.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I mean, we can't probably fit Acuna. No, that would be so close to a min price play.
What do we got on 19?
Let's see. I feel like I want to get like a Brave, but I don't know where to go for the Brave. What's Rosario at? Rosario is 4K. Try to go Rosario. He gives us a $4,700 third baseman.
I like that.
Schneider. That feels pretty good.
Oh, I didn't know he had third base. Yeah.
Yeah, third, and we got $100 left over. Let's do the 41.
Assuming he starts, which he should.
Yeah, he should. He should start.
Just gave him a day off.
Yeah, I mean, just right. He just had the day off
because he's been killing.
Yeah, and he hammers lefties. So, yeah, let's go Eddie Rosario here at 41. We'll one off our Braves. We get a little Mets stack here with Alonso, Mauricio, and Lindor. We got Moreno and Fott as our values. Jasson Dominguez there as well, spending all the way up for Garrett Cole. So any final thoughts for the people at home, Mark?
I got nothing. I mean, I like that build. I mean, the Mets usually betray me, but the spot is just too good. So
this is why we 3-max it, right? We build a Mets lineup, we build an anti-Mets lineup, and we hope that one of them hits or both of them hit, and we go well. Ohtani, by the way, scratched tonight due to oblique tightness, so feels probably more likely than not he doesn't end up playing on the Tuesday slate. I guess they'll see how that oblique feels on Tuesday, but they got he's got enough issues going on as it is. They don't really need to be pushing him.
But it's like every injury, he still hits, like, for the most part.
Yeah, you need your oblique to swing. So, that's the one drawback there. So we got 10 games on the slate. Justin Vreeland will be on the playbook for this one, so make sure you check that out. Get us on Twitter if you're not already. You can click on the description, follow Mark at Mark_Pitts_34. You get me at Impemba777. You can find us in Discord. You can tag us at FA John Impemba and at MP in Discord if you want to get us any questions in there. Otherwise, good luck with your early lineup builds. Stay tuned at the 5 o'clock live stream. Myself and Colby Conway giving you all the updates that everyone needs to be successful for the evening. We will see you then.